So this third song I wrote about this girl that I think was the first person that I was ever in love with.
Nivi Snowball is only 16 years old, but they've already made waves in their small Inuit community of Kuujjuaq in northern Quebec.
We can run away and live forever on the beach, we'll ride together.
When they performed a song dedicated to their girlfriend at the time at a local festival last year.
Some older Inuit generation who was friendly with me before have gotten like really cold towards me. Or like, for example, like I'll be going through school and someone will just like scream the F slur towards me. Then maybe it will last forever.
They say they've coped with this rejection through music.
For me, as a musician, whenever I go through something like super traumatic or just an experience that like has like stayed with me, as long as I get a good song written out of it, then I think it was worth it.
Nivi is two-spirit. For them, the term represents the duality of their gender and sexuality. They say they wake up feeling different every day, reflected in how they present themselves.
If I feel masculine and I get feminine, then I'll feel terrible. But if I feel feminine, I'll get all dressed up and everything. Yeah, I feel like my femme days are when I look most like presentable because my outfits look the coolest on those days.
Nivi says they have a good relationship with their parents, even if they forget to use their pronouns sometimes.
I'd encourage her to go for and to pursue whatever she believes in, no matter if other people don't follow her. This is something, you know, is very true to who I am and true to her, so I'm very proud of her.
Nivi plays music with their dad and goes berry picking with their mom, Isabelle Dubois, who hopes to see the community become a safer space for their child.
Ce chandail-là résume pas mal ce que j'aimerais voir au Nunavik. C'était difficile des fois de la voir comme souffrir d'intimidation à cause qu'elle voulait juste être elle-même. Et là, je dis elle, mais je devrais dire yel en français. On s'habitue.
Nivi also has support from their chosen queer family. That includes two-spirit youth APTN National, who befriended queer people while they were still in the closet.
Throughout high school, I was like collecting them, and I didn't even know. Like I'd just make friends, and then later on to be like, oh yeah, I'm bi or I'm gay, and it's like, I guess I knew.
APTN says more education and pride events are needed in the community.
I feel like it has gotten a bit better in terms of people knowing more about like gender, sexuality, and letting people be who they are. But it's still a little, I don't know how to say, but it's like still very not a talked about topic.
APTN helped organize Kuujjuaq's first ever Pride Parade in 2021 with their friend Toby Nasuk, who is also a member of Nivi's chosen family. He came out as a trans man when he was 13, but now he identifies as two-spirit, and his chin tattoo represents acceptance of femininity.
I finally came out to myself as two-spirit, and then I gave myself the tattoo. So I'd already been identifying as like a masculine person for a super, super long time. So getting my tattoo, it was kind of like a solidifier of like, I'm allowed to be feminine as someone who like feels masculine like in my soul.
He said his identity got a mixed reaction from family, but overall had a decent experience at school.
There wasn't a really big fuss and nobody really talked about it per se, but also nobody was necessarily hateful. My classmates respected my pronouns and my name when it got changed. Nobody really asked any intrusive questions. Most of my transition, like in regards to living up north, has been pretty chill.
Tommy Sequaluk says that Kuujjuaq has come a long way in accepting queerness since he came out as gay at 18.
Ici, tout est religieux, catholique, puis c'était dur à grandir ça, puis toute la famille était catholique.
Luckily, he had support from a chosen family of his own.
Tous mes amis étaient avec moi, étaient tous à côté à chaque fois. Puis la communauté n'acceptait pas au début, mais là, c'est normal.
This year's Pride Parade was the most well-attended, something that made Tommy emotional.
J'étais vraiment fier, là. J'ai presque pleuré en plus. J'étais vraiment content. Tout le monde était là pour nous autres.
In the wake of colonization, Nevi and Toby want to encourage queer Indigenous people to look to their culture while they're exploring their identities.
Before we got colonized, we had so much information about like queer people. Like there were, when someone was trans in that community, for example, someone was born male and they wanted to be female, that person would switch from male roles to female roles and be treated as a woman by the whole community.
After like finally like ripping off the Band-Aid and deciding that I am Two-Spirit and coming out as Two-Spirit, I've been like so much more comfortable in my identity as an Inuk and as a trans person, because as Indigenous people and as trans people, like those identities cannot be separated.
Emilia Fournier, APTN National News, Kuujjuaq, Quebec.